Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're here with Lee from Taylormade to go through the new QI model iron launched ready for 2024. So remember guys, if you like our videos, please hit that subscribe button and tell all your golfing friends. So we're here today with Lee from Taylormade. Thanks Lee for joining us. It's always a pleasure to invite you into one of our stores to give me and the guys all the product knowledge you can on the new product. So new iron this year, new game improvement iron for this year.
Yep.
QI.
Yep.
What's good about this? What is it different from Stealth, the previous model?
So moving on from Stealth, which was an extremely popular game improvement iron, one of the things we changed in that iron was the carbon toe wrap. So we've continued that with the carbon on the back, so that mix of, you've got the titanium metal head, and then you've also got the carbon across the back. One of the big things that we've changed next year in terms of how it sits, so the leading edge will sit a little bit lower to the floor, and also
a little bit tighter.
Also the blade length is 1 millimeter longer, so this is going to help with it being easier to pick up off the turf and just easier to hit by being 1 millimeter longer. A millimeter doesn't sound like a lot, but in golf terms 1 millimeter is a lot. One of the other things we've changed is that golf clubs and long irons, generally people will fade their longer irons, or should I say game improvement irons, people would prefer that their longer irons don't fade. So what we've done is we've changed the face thickness across our whole iron set, so from sandwich to 4-iron.
Right.
So it's something called Optiface.
Okay.
So the face thickness gets a little bit thicker. So in the 5-iron, you've got the thickness is mainly in that low toe section for stability. And then as you move into the mid irons and short irons, that face gets thicker more towards the middle of the face. This is just going to help with stability and direction. Effectively, longer irons become a little bit more draw bias, short irons become less draw bias to keep each iron as straight bias as the next.
So there's a lot of tech gone into this iron, it sounds like.
A lot of tech, yeah. We've also continued over with the technology of the echo dampening in there to make it sound better. So it sounds more like a forged iron, even though it's a cast game improvement iron.
And in terms of lofts, how strong are they?
So our loft on our QI iron is 28 degrees. We're
7-iron.
On 7-iron. We're also doing a QI HL iron next year.
Okay.
So it's exactly the same footprint, same head shape as the QI.
Yep.
However, it's going to be a lighter head weight, and it's going to be 2 degrees weaker, so 30-degree game improvement. 7-iron.
Why is this important? Because you manufacturers have for a considerable amount of time now just gone strengthen, and then we're seeing this HL model appear in not just yourselves but in a few brands.
Yep.
Why is that important? Because I think the consumer will sit there and say, well, hang on a minute, you've been telling me to hit it further through loft, and then all of a sudden you're giving me more loft back. Is the ball going to go shorter?
Yep. It's not going to go shorter. So
Why?
It's geared towards a certain type of player. So at different speeds you need different lofts. Every single golfer is slightly
So who's going to suit the HL? What's the crossover for you?
HL is I mean, there's two different types of people. Someone strong that just needs launch.
Yes.
They could go into it, but mainly slightly slower swing speeds. So slightly slower swing speeds. We're going to see it with lighter shafts, maybe some graphite options in there, just to help get that ball launching for people that aren't producing as much speed. It's going to be a great option in there.
And one thing that is to highlight here, there's no 10 on this. The driver's got 10. QI 10. Why no 10?
So the biggest thing that we're changing next year with our irons is from 2024, our game improvement iron is going to be a 2-year life cycle.
So that's not normal for Taylormade. That's a big change for Taylormade.
We've always been 1-year life cycle. We're still going to be looking like 1-year life cycle on our woods. However, our game improvement iron is going to 2 years. So this is 2024 and 2025 game improvement iron.
Pretty cool that. So in terms of the setup and irons you can get with this, what can you get? Is it a 4-iron's the longest iron?
4-iron is longest iron in QI. In the HL model, 5-iron.
Okay.
and then as you go down to the bottom of the bag, it differs a little bit whether you're left or right-handed.
Okay, fair
just
enough.
because of the percentage.
Let's go with the right-handed as a start.
But as right-hand option, you can go all the way down to a lob wedge.
Okay, and just one gap wedge? We see
Just
some
one.
brands now with two,
Yep.
just one gap
So
wedge.
we can do, in terms of wedges, we do pitching wedge, there's an approach wedge, or gap wedge, but it's called approach wedge with us, a sand wedge, and a lob wedge.
Okay, so lots of options and choice there. So ladies option in this as well?
Ladies will be in the HL.
In the HL only?
Yeah, so or you could go into either. You could put a lady
We can
shaft
fit
in
it
this
into
because with us, with fittings, you can put any shaft in any head.
Yeah.
So you could go with anything in either. All depends on how that person needs to launch it.
And what are you going to expect to see in terms of ball speed off of this thing? Is it going to be fast?
Ball speed's going to be fast.
Really fast?
Yeah, so the fastest is going to be in QI. HL probably not as fast, but that's expected with a little bit weaker in loft. But if you need launch is more important than speed for some.
And what's our standard steel and graphite options in this for this year?
So standard steel in the QI iron is the KBS Max 85 NT.
So nice and light?
Yeah, and there will be a Max light option in the HL iron.
Okay.
And then graphite options, we're going to have that Ventus TR Blue
Nice.
in the QI, and then Speeder NX TCS in the HL.
Okay, so lots of light options as well
Lots
to
of
match
light
in.
option, yeah.
Okay, so thanks Lee, thank you for that. That's a really interesting take and look and the tech that's going to go into the new QI iron. I think it's going to be a successful, always is with you guys, always very successful. Guys, I hope that was helpful, hope that was insightful. Lee's technology is fantastic, especially on the new stuff. Remember, if you like our videos, please hit that subscribe button and tell all your golfing friends.